actually drove.
Did you drive? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's not that far.
It was like 12, 13.
Oh, no,
it's longer than you
was.
think. Yeah.
Wow.
But it was good. I guess a lot of players had trouble with the storm.
Yeah. Oh, I did.
Oh, yeah.
I think everyone did. It was a nightmare. And I lived like 5.5 away in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I should have just driven. And I was like, I don't know why I didn't think about that.
Yeah, true.
So, you get all the local tips from Zach this week.
Yeah, yeah. Trying to.
Because he's like, I'm in Grand Rapids. I was like, well, I would help you with Grand Rapids and not you just hate like everything that you came from.
So, swimming? What is it?
Alright, just let me know when you're ready and
I'm good to go.
Okay.
You good?
Here with Brooke Henderson at the Meijer LPGA Classic for Simply Give here in the Media Center. Your most recent LPGA Tour winner, fired a 7-under on Sunday to put yourself in a playoff with Lindsay Weaver-Wright, and then made an eagle on the 18th hole to take home your 11th title. I mean, it's been only a couple of days, but like, just take me through that Sunday. I mean, that's incredible.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Going into Sunday, I was just trying to go as low as I could and make as many birdies and try to climb the leaderboard. Going to the back nine, I was right near the top of the leaderboard, so that was really exciting seeing that, and was able to make 2 more birdies and finish at 12 under, and I was just hoping I'd get into a playoff and have an opportunity to go out and win it after that. Starting the day 4 shots back with that many talented players ahead of me, the playoff was definitely the goal, and if I could have won it outright, that would have been awesome, but to go out right into the playoff and then make an eagle and capture the 11th win is pretty special.
You're very competitive. I mean, when you got that opportunity with Lindsay, I mean, it didn't seem like you were ever going to let off the pedal. It always seemed like eagle was the mindset. I mean, just walk me through that final hole.
The thing with playoffs is anything can really happen, and you only have one opportunity. So I just tried to, make solid swings and tried to attack as much as I could, and, to walk up to the green and see that I was very close for eagle was very exciting, and then just to make that putt and kind of finish in style excuse me, it was just awesome, and to have my family there as well. Mom and Dad were out last week, and of course Britt on the bag. It just made it a lot of fun, and I'm just really excited about it.
We've got 2 majors under our belt. We've got 1 next week and 2 more coming up. I mean, having a win like that I know it probably feels a little bit like a bonus, because I don't know if that's what you were expecting at the end of Sunday. But is that kind of what it feels like? Does it feel like a bonus as you head into some even more tough golf?
Yeah, for sure, a bonus, and very grateful for it. And it just definitely gives a huge confidence boost and momentum moving into this week, where I have so many great memories. And I just love being around this course. So I'm just really excited for this week, and then going into next week, where I'm also a past champion. So it's a really fun stretch of golf for me right now, and hopefully I can just keep hitting the ball well and give myself a lot of birdie looks.
You mentioned it, 2-time champion here. Always seem to play well at Meijer. I was looking through the scores, and your name always is at the top. What is it you like so much about Blythefield?
This course just really suits my eye, and it's been a lot of fun, ever since I first came here, and I guess 2016 was my first year. I feel like there's lots of birdie opportunities, and that makes it really fun. So the scores are always very low, so you have to kind of go out and attack and make birdies, and hopefully just make a climb on the weekend.
Are there any teeth in this golf course? I mean, to your point, the scores are always really low here.
I missed the cut here last year, so you can definitely get bit even though you're playing all right. You kind of have to be very strategic on certain holes, but once you hit it in good places off the tee, then you usually have a lot of birdie looks. And the last couple years, the couple changes they made to the course makes it definitely more challenging. Some bunkers that stick out into the fairways, and some of the runoffs around the greens. So you do have to be strategic, but if you're playing well and hitting it into good spots, you do have some good opportunities.
Awesome. Juan?
Yeah, so I was in St. George's on Sunday, and there was a lot going on there, but everybody was looking at their phones, looking at the computers, seeing what was going on in New Jersey. So what kind of reactions did you get and responses?
Yes, back home in Canada, always extremely supportive. And it was pretty cool timing that it was the RBC Canadian Open, because I know everybody was pretty fired up to be able to go out and watch golf again up there. It's been a long time, so they were just excited about that. And then, to have my win be the same weekend, I think it makes everyone just a little bit more excited, and everyone's, been texting, emailing, and just reaching out. And I always really appreciate the support from back home, and, honestly, just all around the whole world. People are very supportive, and I'm very lucky to have fans from everywhere.
You were talking about the anticipation of the men's open this year. I mean, and they were waiting for 2 years, and then finally, and there was a lot of fans and a lot of excitement. What do you expect for CP, for the women's open?
Yes, CP will be very exciting. It's about an hour away from where I grew up, and I'm an honorary member at Ottawa Hunt, so I expect the crowds will be pretty crazy like they were in 2017. That was a lot of fun for me that week, and especially having not played CP for the last 2 or 3 years, I guess. I think everyone's going to be really excited just to have the opportunity to go and watch and see the best in the world play, and hopefully a ton of people come out.
We were talking a little bit about the majors before. There's 9 of the top 10 players here this week, 18 of the top 20. I mean, it's a good preparation for next week. No, I guess, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. This tournament, this event always has a great field of players, very competitive, and especially, as you said, leading into next week, it's definitely a great test of golf, because you do have to hit it in the fairways here. The rough is very long, and that usually applies to pretty much any major we play. So I think it's definitely a good lead into next week, and a lot of the top players are here, so that makes it a lot of fun and even more challenging.
My last question about next week. You won in 2016. It's a big event for you. I mean, what are your expectations for next week? I mean, what do you remember about 2016? And
after winning my first major in 2016, my life completely changed. I got a lot more attention, and things really started going really well for me. So I feel like I owe a lot to that event, and I haven't won a major since then, so hopefully that'll change here shortly. But just to be a major champion is what I think every golfer kind of dreams about, and so I look forward to the opportunity to do it again.
Jeff?
The 2 years that you won here, what do you think you did? What part of your game seemed really special?
Anytime you're winning, you have to make a lot of putts. So definitely, hopefully, the putter's working well this week. But I think off the tee here, hitting it in certain spots, like I kind of mentioned before, and it even applies more so now that they have those extra bunkers, and how thick the rough is, especially the first couple of yards off the fairway. So I think hitting it long and straight off the tee will definitely be a big key this week, and the first step to get you to making some birdies.
I want to ask you one about chasing, as you did on Sunday. What kind of mindset does that produce, where a golfer sometimes produces some of his or her best golf?
It is fun to be chasing, sometimes, because you can just go out and attack and be a little bit more aggressive than you would be if you were up near the top. It's a little bit different mindset, and I feel honestly everything just went really perfectly for me on Sunday, and that doesn't always happen. But it just was like the perfect day, and so I'm just really grateful that it turned out the way it did, and hopefully I can just kind of take some of the mindset that I was using on Sunday and bring it into this week. Stay aggressive.
Looks like we have a question from Adam Stanley on the Zoom. Adam, if you could unmute your mic.
Hey, Brooke, congrats again. Just a quick one. I'm at the U.S. Open, and I talked to Corey Connors a little bit about your win. I just was wondering if you could confirm if you guys played on Team Canada and Golf Canada's national team together at the same time, and if you saw what Corey said about your win on Sunday in and amongst all the other celebrations.
I did see what he said about me. That was very kind of him. We did play together on the national team my later couple years, but yeah, a fantastic player and a great guy, and at the Olympics last year with him too, which was pretty cool. We overlapped a couple days there, so yeah, just a great guy, and I'll definitely be cheering for him this week.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Brooke. Congrats again.
Thanks.
We'll go over here to my to my left.
Hey, Brooke, when you were here last year, we talked about kind of being in Michigan, it feeling kind of like home. But with the way that you've played here, the only two-time winner of this event, and the way you played up in Midland at the Dow. Just kind of, how special is it to be in state of Michigan, and excited to be back here at the scene of 2 of your 11 LPGA Tour victories?
Yes, I definitely love coming back here. My brother-in-law is from here, so it's really awesome to have lots of family and friends that come out to watch, and it's just really nice to see them again. And I feel like being this close to Canada, a lot of fans come across the border and come to watch too, which is cool to get that support. But just, it really reminds me a lot of growing up back home, and the grasses are all very similar, and even the course. It reminds me of quite a few holes that I used to play growing up. So lots of great memories here, and being a 2-time champion, it's exciting to kind of think, oh yeah, I was here on this right in the spot, and I putted to that hole and I made it, and this is what happened after that. So it's kind of nice to reflect on those memories and kind of think about them, and hopefully add it into the strategy this week.
Just two, I guess, really side questions. One, where's your brother-in-law from? And two, like you said, nice to have the fans come back out after last year kind of weren't able to, but just it's nice to have people here in your corner again, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He's right from Grand Rapids, so right here. So yeah, the family aspect is really cool. And just to have the fans back, after it feels like a long time. It's been really nice the last year or so to have fans start to come back out again and feel that kind of adrenaline rush and energy that they bring, because it's so important, and it makes what we do even more exciting. And you're always like trying to push to make more birdies so you can hear some more applause and give them a good time. So it's just I'm excited to be back, and especially with the Simply Give and having the opportunity to give back to the community is really cool for all of us. We really appreciate when tournaments and events take on initiatives like this, and it really makes a difference.
Am I right?
I have two questions, if I could. First, off of the Simply Give, obviously what you guys have done over the years has been incredible, but it's probably more important now than ever with the price of everything, and more people are going hungry. Is that something that you guys realize and is a factor this week out here when you're trying to raise money for the hungry?
It's so important. I think when we're giving a platform like this, all the players, we're always trying to do our best to give back to communities that we play in, communities that we grew up from, just trying to make a small difference, and hopefully it makes a big difference for them. And I feel it's just really cool to see an event like this really be so involved, and it's like over $1 million. That's crazy, and hopefully we can just raise a ton more this year.
And of your previous 10 wins on the LPGA Tour, you've played a lot the week after. What goes into playing the week after a win, and how is it different maybe than a usual week?
Yes, I'm usually very tired after a win the first couple of days, so I think it's just really important to make sure that I do get a proper amount of rest especially the first few days afterwards, just so that I can be in a great mindset going into the first round. So lots of rest, and also just trying to, of course, keep up the preparation, so making sure ball striking and putting is in a good spot, but rest is definitely a big key for me.
And speaking of putting, I just want to ask, you recently went left-hand low just a couple weeks ago, and it's obviously paid off. What was the motivation behind that change, and how, obviously the win, but like how well has it been working for you?
So it was a change that I did with my sister, Britt, caddy, and my dad, who's also my coach, and we just felt like it would be a good idea to help solve some of the putting issues that I was having. I started off the year really hot and had a lot of great finishes, and it kind of cooled off. I wasn't feeling so well, and things kind of went a little bit cold there for a little while, but definitely having the putting back in my corner and just feeling a little bit more comfortable all the time is really key, and I feel like left-hand low has really made a big difference in that, and so I'm excited moving forward.
And then just final question for me, win last week, have the Meijer LPGA that you play this week, always play really well this week, and then KPMG next week. What's the mindset heading into this week with so much kind of here?
I think it's just going to be a really fun stretch of golf, and I'm just really grateful for the opportunity to be back out playing on tour, to have won last week. Things are all just really good right now, so hopefully I can just kind of keep that momentum going and keep the energy high, and with all the majors left this year and coming back here where I am a past champion, it'd be amazing to get another win.
Looks like we have one more. Sorry about that.
Brooke, from a golf standpoint, technically, what do you feel the left-hand load does for you?
I'm very much a field player, so kind of Britt and Dad kind of work a little bit more on the technical things. I felt it would be a good idea, and when I did it, I felt a lot more comfortable, and I just felt like I could make putts that way. So that's always a good feeling, and it did take me a while to get used to it, just because I've never really done it too much in the past. But now sometimes I'll be just standing in the fairway and I'll grip my club the wrong way. I'm like, ooh, that's not good. But obviously I'm very comfortable with it now, and I feel like it was a big key for last week.
Is there a certain range of putts where you feel it particularly helps?
I think that shorter putts, for sure. I know some players that just do the short putts left hand low and then go back to the regular grip for the long ones. But currently I've been just going, even on the super long 20-yard putts, I've still been left hand low. So I feel like it's all just personal preference, but right now it feels good and I'm excited about it.
Well, thank you, Brooke Henderson, and good luck this week.
Thank you.